Canelo's been extremely durable over the years. One of his many assets is he seems to have one of the best chins in the game.
Wow.
I know you said you don't need to knock him out, you just need to beat him. But do you feel like you can hurt or even stop him?
Well, anybody can get hurt. Anybody can get, knocked out. I don't put it past nobody, but I'm not going in there looking for it.
I just want to know what number makes sense for you. What's fair?
I got $10 million for that fight.
That's a lie.
How you know that's a lie?
To fight Canelo?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
I'm doing it for the opportunity, baby.
Yeah, that's good.
The legacy.
That's
good.
That's good. Yeah. You believe that?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. I like Crawford. All right. My brother fought Canelo, not me. I like Crawford in this fight, and he get to stay big. But my brother even told me that was his mistake that he made. He thought going up in weight, I got to get massive, I got to get big to beat Canelo. It made him slower. It made his reflexes slower. He'll tell you himself. He didn't feel like the Jermell Charlo that y'all seen him fight Tony Harrison. Crawford, I feel like that's the same thing as that. You want to get big to try to...
Terence Crawford isn't just moving up in weight to face Canelo Alvarez. He's making a statement, treating this fight more like a personal goal than a paycheck. Crawford recently revealed he agreed to only $10 million for the bout, much less than what a fighter of his level usually earns. For him, it's never about the money. It's about building a legacy. It's about accomplishing something very few have done, becoming a 3-time undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes, including one he's never competed in. And after taking on Canelo, Crawford plans to return to 154 pounds to aim for undisputed status again, cementing his place as the top fighter of his era.
Canelo? Yeah. I'm doing it for the opportunity, baby. Yeah, that's good. The legacy.
Now, 10 million for us is like, let's go. But for him in the stage in his career, I don't think 10 million does it. Chris Eubank just got north of 20 M, so we could say he's not at the level of Bud. And Canelo's the face of boxing. So what y'all think? Y'all think he's telling the truth, or he's really just going for legacy?
I got $10 million for that fight. I'm doing it for the chance, not the cash. The legacy matters more. 3-time undisputed. Coming soon. I might drop back down to 154 and go for it again, Crawford said in a recent interview with AK and Barack. That mindset is uncommon in today's boxing world, especially for a 37-year-old former undisputed champion at both lightweight and welterweight, who has already proven himself on paper. But for Crawford, it's never been about the numbers. It's about chasing a level of greatness that only appears once in a generation.
$10 million for that fight. How you know that's a lie?
To fight Canelo?
Yeah. I'm doing it for the opportunity, baby. The legacy.
That's good.
The legacy outweighed the money. 3-time undisputed. Ooh, coming soon. I might go back down to 54.
Right. To fight who?
And do it. I might go back down and do it again.
As you heard, the pound-for-pound king, Terence "Bud" Crawford.
What makes Crawford's challenge even more impressive is that he isn't easing into 168 pounds with a warm-up fight. He's stepping straight into the ring with Canelo Alvarez, a fighter who has ruled this division for nearly 10 years. Canelo has settled at super middleweight since 2018, most recently defending his titles against David Benavidez in May, proving he's still the undisputed champion. Crawford says he understands the challenge ahead, but he's also clear about his goal. He's aiming for more than a decision. He expects a knockout, and if he delivers, it could change the entire boxing scene.
Canelo, what can you take from sparring both of them to gauge what's gonna happen in September?
Preparation is gonna definitely be everything. Crawford adjusting to the 168 pound division. I know he's been sitting at a heavier weight for a while, but he's been showing his training and stuff. So that's definitely gonna help him. Canelo's experience, but then you got Crawford got great experience as well. It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a good chess match. I expect a great fight. If I had to favor somebody, I would just pick Canelo.
But this fight matters not just because of Crawford's drive. Both fighters are so confident that they're already thinking beyond each other. In an interview with Ring Magazine, Canelo said he's still focused on a rematch with Dimitri Bivol. That's the fight I want. That's the one that keeps me up at night. I hope I get the chance for a rematch with Bivol. That's the only fight at 175 I would seriously take, but we'll see. He said, I want to tell myself, what did I learn from that fight? What should I avoid next time? I have that inner drive that pushes me to prove I'm the better fighter.
Proud about fighting here with my people and bring this kind of fight for them. They deserve it, and it's more than I expect. Yeah, that's my goal this year. But if that fight don't happen, we'll see. But that's my goal this year.
This shows that, in Canelo's view, Crawford might be more of a stepping stone than a true challenge. But that could play right into Crawford's hands. Ironically, both fighters seem to feel they have nothing left to prove, setting up what could be an explosive showdown in the ring. The September 13th fight is already creating buzz, even though the venue hasn't been finalized. When asked if Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas was still an option, Canelo said, "We're still working on that, but we'll make sure everything is top-notch."
If Crawford's listening to this or Canelo's listening, what do you tell them about their fight?
Whoever wants to win will win. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny. Whoever wants to win will win.
The will overcome that will. That's how you do it. I appreciate you, Gracie, you so much, and keep doing the good work.
Boxing experts have shared strong opinions about the fight, and predictions are split. Former world champion Tony Bellew gave a bold perspective. Canelo likes to control the pace. Everything moves his way. He won't get that against Terence Crawford. I think Crawford will stay busy, land key shots, and take the win on points. I understand why Canelo is the favorite, but every streak ends eventually. And if I'm wrong and Canelo beats Crawford, becoming the first to do so, he deserves full credit. Nobody has figured out Terence Crawford yet.
Over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older.
And
he does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not.
That's the drama behind this matchup. Crawford has never lost. No one has beaten him at 135, 140, or 147 pounds. Now, for the first time, he's jumping an entire weight class to take another shot. Canelo, on the other hand, has only 2 losses, one to Floyd Mayweather early in his career and one to Bivol in 2022. Otherwise, he's almost untouchable, especially at 168, with advantages in weight, experience, and comfort. Yet Crawford brings a drive and hunger that can't be taught.
Do we see the same result in your honest opinion, Oscar, or do you think 100% Canelo can beat a Bivol?
Yeah, there's no way he beats Bivol. There's just no way. I mean, styles make fights, and as much as I would want to see a Mexican win inside that ring, a national hero, there's no way he beats Bivol.
Caleb Plant, who has faced Canelo in the ring, offered a more balanced perspective. I'll give him a chance. I don't know who wins, and honestly, weight classes exist for a reason. But at the same time, Terence is a special talent with unique skills, mental toughness, and strength. Plant didn't predict a winner but emphasized what everyone agrees on about Crawford. He's one of a kind. Focused and driven. He fights with a chip on his shoulder that never goes away, even after reaching the top.
He's not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
Plant added, I think this Crawford-Canelo fight will be much more exciting for fans. Bud's not the type to circle the ring for 12 rounds, and neither is Canelo. So, I expect it to be a fan-friendly fight. If that proves correct, the matchup won't just be historic. It'll be thrilling, unlike some elite-level bouts where caution takes over. With both fighters confident and hungry to prove themselves, even after achieving so much, a slow, tactical fight seems unlikely. Instead, it could become a real test of will.
I think his chances got better, at least the way how you were seeing things heading into the last fight with him and Skull.
I think it's a stylistic matchup, you know, and William Skull don't fight nothing like Terence Crawford. So we're not going to see the same type of fight come September. I think we're going to see a great fight, real good fight.
You and Terence have always had like a good relationship, but if he makes Canelo come off the title.
Not everyone believes Crawford will come out on top. Sebastian Finder was straightforward about his doubts. I don't think so. Canelo is more comfortable at 168, he said, pointing out that Canelo has been competing at that weight for 4 or 5 years. Finder also noted other factors, including that Crawford has fought just once in the past year and will be 38 by September. His last fight against Israil Madrimov showed signs of slowing down. He no longer looked like the young fighter he once was, and age is starting to show.
Do you think Crawford beats Canelo in September?
I don't think so.
Why is that? Why do you?
This guy's more comfortable at 168. He's been fighting 168 for 4 or 5 years now. Crawford's a great fighter, but we'll see. Boxing, anything can happen.
Did it look like Canelo was slowing down against Skull?
No, I think it's just something he's uncomfortable with.
2 of boxing's biggest stars are on a collision course. May 31st, they'll show out on...
Finder also noted that Crawford skipped the usual tune-up fight at 168, which could leave him unprepared for the division's challenges. Put Crawford against a fringe-level fighter like Bekimir Malaz, and he might lose, Finder said. He even questioned Crawford's motivation. Bud is quite wealthy now, and like many rich people, he's not as driven to work as hard as fighters who haven't made millions. You could call it laziness. Finder also critiqued Crawford's style, suggesting fans shouldn't expect an all-out battle. Instead, he predicts Crawford will stick to a hit and don't get hit strategy, similar to Shakur Stevenson.
Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so. No.
Have you got a decision?
Some fans believe Crawford is chasing a paycheck and won't truly challenge Canelo. They expect him to focus on survival, staying on the move, avoiding Alvarez's punches, and hoping for a decision win. Crawford is a great fighter, but we'll see, they say.
I have Canelo. Canelo's more comfortable at 168. He's going to fight again for undisputed for a second time at 168. So this is nothing uncomfortable to him. Terence Crawford's a great fighter. And of course, we're starting to see that he can probably make 168 naturally. But again, it's a different division. 147, 168, 2 different divisions.
David Benavidez recently shared his thoughts on the much-anticipated Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight. He praised Crawford's boxing IQ, calling him a great fighter with real strength, showing clear respect for his skills. But for Benavidez, the main concern isn't ability, it's weight. Crawford has never fought at 168 pounds, 2 divisions above where he's excelled. Benavidez pointed out that Crawford already faced powerful opponents at 154, and that challenge will be even greater against someone like Canelo, who has proven strength at super middleweight.
I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him a 7 out of a 10.
Oh wow, that high! I thought you were going to say 25.
No, Crawford is good. Crawford is good, and I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long time. And Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight, so I'm sure he's been working on the weight.
Outside the ring, promoter Eddie Hearn shared his take, discussing Crawford's place in boxing history. In an interview with YSM Sports Media, Hearn playfully questioned the depth of Crawford's resume, asking him to name his most notable win. When Crawford mentioned Ricky Burns, Hearn was honest. While Burns is a 3-division champion and respected fighter, he isn't typically considered among the sport's all-time greats.
Crawford is going to do a lot of defense. Now, if he pulls off that win, dude, that's going to be one of the most biggest upsets of all time for this dude to go up that many weight classes And now I do think that, you know what I'm saying, he's going to get his little shots in as far as, you know, finessing and all that, because his hands are definitely way faster than.
Hearn pointed out that Crawford never consistently faced high-profile opponents during his rise. While it wasn't necessarily Crawford's fault, it meant he didn't have the chance to create the kind of legendary resume that past generations of fighters did. Hearn believes Crawford could likely have beaten many of those legends, but he simply never got the opportunity to show it in the ring.
But even he acknowledges that Errol Spence, you know, was probably a little bit... And Bud could beat all the greats, but he never really got the chance, and that's why this fight's really important for him and to him. And after watching Canelo against Skull, and I know it was Skull, and I think he's the fresher guy in there. And I very rarely back against Canelo Alvarez, but I would.
When discussing how the Canelo-Crawford fight could play out, Hearn admitted that, while he rarely bets against Canelo, this matchup is tough to call. He pointed out that Crawford is fresher and suggested that if there's ever a chance for him to beat someone like Canelo, it might be now. It's rare for Hearn to hedge like this about one of his most well-known fighters, underscoring just how unique this fight really is.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break.
Another perspective comes from Jamal Charlo, whose brother Jermel fought Canelo in 2023 and lost. Jamal was frank about that fight, saying Jermel's error was trying to bulk up too much to match Canelo's size, which hurt his speed and reflexes. He warned that approach shouldn't be repeated. About Crawford, Jamal hopes he avoids the same mistake, noting that Crawford's edge comes from movement, precision, and timing, not trying to match Canelo blow for blow in power and weight.
Let me tell you what I think should be going. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamal Charlo already proved that.
Charlo has made it clear he still backs Crawford in the fight, but he worries that the Crawford stepping into the ring at 168 might not be the same fighter who dismantled Gamboa or dominated Spence. Moving up in weight isn't just about handling bigger punches. It alters your entire physical rhythm. Jamal's concern is that in adapting to Canelo's world, Crawford could lose the very skills that made him exceptional.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
The conversation around this fight has also focused on promotions and future matchups. A big question is whether a Canelo win could finally lead to a fight with David Benavidez. Benavidez has since moved up to light heavyweight and holds the WBC title at 175, but fans still imagine a clash between the 2 Mexican fighters. However, Benavidez's father, known for speaking his mind, dismissed those hopes. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, he predicted that Canelo versus Crawford would be dull, pointing to Canelo's low punch output against David Benavidez and saying the fight might lack the excitement fans expect.
Bad for boxing for David Benavidez to fight Canelo Alvarez. He would, you know, to be honest, you know, I would say that he would send him to a hospital. You know, the body's not the same no more. David's super strong, young, and I believe that fight will never happen.
That doubt isn't shared by everyone, but it shows just how divided opinions are on this fight. Some view Crawford as risking everything to claim a 3rd undisputed title, driven by a desire to secure his place in boxing history. Others think he's moving into a division that doesn't fit him, up against a fighter who has mastered it, with too little preparation and too much on the line. Still, Crawford's mindset remains firm. He believes this matchup will bring out the very best in him.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yeah.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot.
And after that, if he wins, his mind is already made up.
He's heading back to 154 to do it again, to become undisputed for a 4th time. Because
if Crawford comes out on top, his plan is clear. He'll drop back to 154 to go for undisputed status a 4th time. For him, this fight isn't a detour or a step toward retirement. It's a challenge. Winning alone isn't enough. He wants to win, move down, and continue achieving what few have. Do you think he'll walk away with the victory he expects? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.